Hey everybody, I'm Meg from LovenStamps and you are watching Maker Mornings with Meg. This is one of our holiday Christmas card Christmas card videos, and we are going to go kind of all out in decorating this morning. So we are starting off with a basic Z-fold card. It's a total classic. If you haven't seen a Z-fold before, this is the basic information. It's going to be really useful to you. But you're starting with a regular card base, just a half a sheet of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. You fold it in half, so we've got just our regular card. And then you take the front half and you fold it back. So now you have this fun Z-fold where when you open it, the front of your card stays forward. Does that make sense? So it's still gonna show like that. But we are gonna take this basic classic Z-fold and we are going to add a lot of gorgeous things to it, featuring the Joy of Noel stamp set, featuring the Christmas Classics dies, and featuring the Joyful Christmas and Joy of Christmas, Joyful gold one, and Joy of Christmas designer series paper. So if you are a red and green Christmas card person, this is definitely for you. And happy Thanksgiving. Hi, Tanya. All right, so with that, I think we're gonna switch our camera over and we're gonna get started here. So, all right, so today, like I said, we are going to make the most of this classic design and really focus on giving it some extra pizzazz, some extra excitement. And a couple of these things you're going to want to definitely take a look at. I'll add a link in the comments to supplies for this, but there are some things on the last chance product list that debuted this morning that you're not going to want to miss out on. So, all right, first things first, the easiest way to jazz up a classic Z-fold is to add a layer of designer series paper. So I have this layer here. This is our Joyful Christmas. Sorry, I keep calling it the wrong thing. Joyful, here we go. Joyful 12 by 12 specialty paper. And it comes in 3 patterns and is just beautiful with the gold foil. Can you guys see that on there? Lots of good possibilities. And this one here extends, this wood grain extends to any season in which you like to use wood grain things. So we're gonna go ahead and we are going to pop this on here. You want to make sure you're careful with your adhesive so that you don't overlap the edge of your card. So I'm gonna put it actually on this panel and lay this down here. All right, so we're gonna give that a second. Remember when you use the multi-purpose liquid glue, it doesn't grab instantly. It gives you a second to just shift things around, but you wanna hold on so it doesn't shift unexpectedly. All right, and then when it grabs, it is a strong grab. So now you can see what I mean about having our card this direction with the face showing when the card's open. All right, next thing we want to do is we want to add a great centerpiece to this. So I have a piece of shaded spruce cardstock here, and I picked the colors because they come from this suite here, the Christmas Classics and Joy of Noel suite. And so I'm gonna use shaded spruce. And of the dies from the Christmas Classic dies, there are all these great shapes. And not sure if you guys have seen this one from me yet. I have a card that I'm gonna show you, a Christmas card featuring this die coming up, but they are really great layering dies for a label and the pieces that go on top. So I'm gonna run this over here to my die cut machine and just run this through. Now, when you have a die that is so detailed like this one, it really pays to run it through a couple times, just back and forth. And honestly, even switching it to cut a little bit on the diagonal will help you. Sorry. So we are going to, let's see. 1 second, sorry. Okay, pause for one moment. Nothing quite like having something go on in the background here when you are doing your video. Okay. All right. So Okay, checking in the background. And okay, sorry guys. All right, so we have our layer here, and we are going to go ahead and pop this out. And let's see. Okay, sorry guys. All right. In here, we're going to go ahead and layer this on top. So we have our pretty layers here. Can you? And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a nice layer here over the top. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pop this up a little bit with some Stampin' Dimensionals to give it some extra oomph on our background. Another thing you could do is layer a piece of vellum behind it. Just something to make it stand out a little bit from the background. So I kind of like this shadow layer here. All right, so now we have our layer there with that pretty gold foil in the background. We are going to layer something over the top. So I have my piece of the white here, basic white, and this is cut with a die that is intended to go here on top of this one. So it's really great in this die set that you have the chance to layer things. And this one is on the last chance product list, so make sure you check those sale prices. This one is one of the ones on that list. So it's a great chance to get it, even if you don't end up with a stamp that match it. So we're going to actually use the other stamp set from, this is a double stamp set suite. We're going to use Joy of Noel, and I want to use this pretty Noel greeting here. So let's see, haven't decided yet. Shaded Spruce or Cherry Cobbler? What do you guys think? Any preferences? Shaded Spruce, Cherry Cobbler. I'm thinking Cherry Cobbler because we already have green on there, so I think we need Cherry Cobbler. And we are going to actually, I'm going to do this twice maybe. Oh, good, you guys like Cherry Cobbler. Good job, Betty. And what we're going to do is I'm going to layer it once on here, and then I'm going to show sort of the stepped up version of it. And that's going to use the other die from this set. So let's go ahead and stamp our Cherry Cobbler. I want to make sure I get this really well inked. Sometimes you'll find with the dark red ink pads, they are the ones that have a little tendency to kind of, the pigment tends to travel on them. So you want to make sure they're healthy and good shape. You re-ink them when you need to. And I'm going to go ahead and take this over to my die cut machine. I will pop a little piece of washi tape on there to help hold it in place. And then we're going to go ahead and die cut this, and we're going to layer this on top of our piece. So now I have a trick for placement on this, on our card, so that we make sure we get it exactly spaced. And I'll show you how that works here. All right, because when it comes off of the plate, it cuts it all apart. So here's all my Noel pieces, which are super darling. You have to tease them out of their little place, but getting these assembled back on this piece is a little bit of a trick. So what we're going to do is we're going to stamp this on here where we want it to go, and then we're going to layer these over the top with an extra little space. But because we have some extra little great dies here, this one I'm going to go ahead and pop behind our Noel just to emphasize this a little bit, and then we can get that cherry or that shaded spruce in there. So if anybody said that they prefer this shaded spruce, don't worry, we've got it added to our card here. So let's pop this on, and some shaded spruce, and I have a piece of scrap paper which I'm going to pop on behind, and now I can see exactly where my Noel is going to go, so I can kind of stamp around the edges there. All right, so now let's go ahead and pop these on. And this is where your edge pieces or your mini dies are going to come in, mini dimensionals are going to come in really handy. So I'm going to go ahead and pop, probably one is actually enough for each of these letters, but yeah, we'll just go with one for now. So you can see how nice these little mini dimensionals fit on there. So the next time you are getting ready to add supplies, especially today with the last chance specials, this is a really good time to do it. Make sure you add some mini dimensionals to your order. You could cut regular dimensionals in half, but gosh, this is just so easy, right? Okay, so now we have our letters, and you can put them on in any order you want. We have our letters here popped up, but spaced exactly where we want them without having to really work for that, okay? So there is our cute little element there, and this is going to fit right here over the top of our card. Now, I kind of wanted to add some glitz to this, so let me go ahead and, I think I'm not going to stick it down yet because we have to decide where we're going to put these, but I wanted to add a little extra glitz to this because it's feeling not super bright. And so one of the dies that is included here is this really pretty holly leaf, like this. And so I wanted to die cut one of these holly leaves here to go with this. And I used the Granny Apple Green and Melon Mambo paper here, which is also on that Retiring Products sale list. So you want to make sure you snag that. So I have 2 holly leaves here cut out already through the magic of television. And this is why I didn't glue our Noel down, because I wanted to see whether we wanted to pop them underneath. And I think, yeah, actually maybe we'll just pop them here on top like this. I kind of like that. So let's go ahead and glue our Noel. And then, because I always say you want to repeat colors, I want to bring back in some of our gold into this project. So I'm going to bring back some gold. So let's go ahead and pop some adhesive here on the back. I'm going to put multi-purpose liquid glue on these stems, which is a great way to attach things like this that are very narrow. And then I'm going to slide this, let's see, under here. So there's 1 and there is 2. So what I'm doing is I'm watching the edge of my card here to make sure that my holly leaves are within our boundary, because I don't want them to pop off when we are, you know, putting our card in our envelope. So really make sure you're watching those boundaries there when you have something like this with a lot going on. All right, so now we want to repeat our gold. And so there is included also in this die set, there are a lot of great pieces in here. I can't recommend it enough. I'm going to pull out this little holly berry die and cut this from gold foil sheets. And so now we have these cute little gold holly berries to go with this. And we're going to pop some of them kind of just right down here, I think, on the bottom of our, oh, actually, I wonder, can I put them on the L? That's kind of cute. Let's see, we're gonna get them to stop sticking my finger. Yeah, I think I kind of like that actually. Okay, so because I don't want to have to handle these pieces, what I'm gonna do is go ahead and put the dot of glue here on my card and then add our pieces to it. And if you have trouble handling tiny pieces, remember the Take Your Pick tool is a great solution. So I'm gonna flip these over and pop this on here and flip this one over and pop it on. So there's a little tiny putty tip here, and there we get to focus. And so it will grab, with just the right amount of grab, all kinds of little things like little slips of paper and so forth. And so now it was really easy to add those onto our Noel without making a mess of our fingers with all that extra glue, okay? All right, so now on the inside of this, we need to add some stamps. And since I've used the Noel stamps from here, I'm gonna go ahead and stick with this one. And we're gonna take one of these big sprays and we're gonna use this. I love this Making Spirits Bright greeting. So we're gonna pull this, and I have a really huge block. So I'm gonna give you the little, like, be careful about using huge block speech. So I need a piece of basic white cardstock that's gonna go inside. And so I'm gonna cut this on the smaller side compared to our front. So I'm gonna cut it actually to 3 3/4 by 5, which is like a 1/2 inch smaller, because that way I don't have to worry too much about whether I'm getting it exactly right. If I cut it the exact same size as our front, then there's a little bit more like work in making sure that everything's lined up right. So, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab this Making Spirits Bright, and my little speech about big blocks is that it's really easy to over ink and get ink everywhere when you use a block that's not the right size for your stamps. So just be careful with that. And also be really careful that you're not rocking it when you set that down. So, okay, just takes you can do it. It just takes a little extra concentration. And then I'm gonna use shaded spruce here for the rest of our element. And I'm gonna pop this sort of down here as a corner accent. So this would be a great accent to add to your envelope also. And that is going to pop here inside our card. So let's go ahead and add this. And pop right here like this. Now, if you wanted to, you could add a little bit of Stampin' Blends. You could color your sprig here with that very easily. But I kind of like it with just the white and the open coloring there, because it kind of matches the front of our card with a lot of white space and then the color, just line art and so forth on it. So a really simple kind of card. And then, of course, let's see if I can put my hands on it. There's a really great, yep, here they are, a really great extra to add to this card, and that is these loose holly gems and sequins. They come in a package just like this. There are like 1.6 billion of them in here. I'm just kidding, I didn't count them. And oh, Kathy, I'm glad you like the Christmas colors. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pop some of these on here, and I'm probably not going to use the shiny, I am actually probably going to use the shiny green ones. So what I would do is figure out how you want to use these, and take your pick tool is definitely going to come in handy on this. So there are, let's take a look at what's in here. There are red jewels. Those are actual rhinestones. You can see the silver backs of them. There are these little cute holly leaves, and then there are these little musical notes, which are kind of one of my favorites. And so I'm going to pop tiny bits of glue on here. And remember, with this glue, if you can see it, it is enough. And I'm going to add some music notes to this. So let's see. It kind of matters to me to get them facing the right direction, but we're going to go ahead and pop them on here like this. And if you can pick the ones to pick up from the container that have the right direction facing already, then that will make your life a little easier. And remember, the notes are a little bit tall, so it's going to take a little more space than you might otherwise imagine. So, all right, oh, that one's upside down. So as you can see, there are lots and lots of ways you can mix and match these awesome supplies. There's those cute little music notes inside our card, and you could scatter the red jewels. You could put some in the background, all kinds of fun things to bling up your card, because you have a lot here. So your bling is limited only by your creativity and your willingness to pop things on there. Definitely not limited by the number of fabulous pieces in the loose holly gems elements. So, all right. So hopefully that gives you guys some inspiration for your Christmas. If you have plans over Thanksgiving to work on your holiday cards or to kind of get some ideas together, definitely check these out. And also that last chance list that was posted today. Yeah, Betty is right. It is so sparkly. So really, they're an awfully fun accent. Get it? Get what I did there? The accent? Okay. Sorry, that was pretty terrible. Anyway, I hope that you guys have a really wonderful holiday, really wonderful Thanksgiving. If you're in a part of the world that celebrates Thanksgiving right now, enjoy the break and chance to just take a relaxing breath and think about the things that are important to you and that you're thankful for and so forth. And I, of course, want you guys to know that I'm thankful for you and for your support and the chance to just be creative together. I really, I love our comments and people going back and forth with ideas and what they love and what they would change. And it's just always really great to hear from you all and our stamping community here too. So again, check the video description for a link on these supplies, and watch my blog post later today for some more pictures of this fun card once I've got it all blinged out. And I will look forward to seeing you guys We won't have Maker Mornings with Meg this Thursday as it's a holiday, but I will be back next Tuesday with another Maker Mornings with Meg. And in the meantime, don't miss out on the things in that last chance product list. So if you are on the LovenStamps Facebook page, you can click over there, and I've posted some very helpful shortened links to the that list that kind of eliminate, if you're not looking for French stamp sets, it's eliminated the French stamp sets and the bundles, and so it's really easy to see which things are on special and which things are sold out already and so forth. So, all right, guys, thankful for you, and I will appreciate your forgiveness for those couple minutes of confusion at the beginning of my video today, and I will look forward to seeing you again next Tuesday. In the meantime, if you want to click on watching some of my other videos, if you're watching on YouTube, click the ones at the end. It's really actually great for the videos if you go ahead and do that. So anyway, have a great day, a great week, and I will see you again with another project. So happy stamping, guys.